Hello everyone, it's Scott, and we're back with another deck from Magic Spotlight Series Foundations at Star City Games Convention in Atlanta. And this is the deck that was played by Zhao, and he ended up finishing 6th overall in the event. And it's playing a lot of the cards that we're seeing in the Dimir / Azorius / Esper decks that were very popular at the tournament. So let's take a look at what's in the deck and what's really different about it. So, we've got 4 Novice Inspectors, we've got 4 Wardens of the Inner Sky, 4 Spyglass Sirens, 4 Mockingbirds, and this actually is a pretty key card in the deck. And we also see kind of the staple things with Floodpits Drowner. We have goods where they're playing white, so there's going to be Sheltered by Ghost. And we also have 4 copies of Regal Bunnicorn, which is actually a really important card in the deck because it can grow very large and become something that's very difficult for opponents to deal with. And is a card that when you use your Sheltered by Ghost to attach that to Regal Bunnicorn, it becomes a life gain engine in the deck. Got a couple copies of Sanguine Evangelist and also a couple copies of Faebloom Trick. Okay, and this is nice because it taps a creature on your opponent's side when it comes into play, plus you get those 2 1/1 blue fairy creatures. Obviously we've got 4 Enduring Curiosity because this is a blue deck and we love card draw. And then we also have 2 copies of Steel Seraph. And this is important because it can give things vigilance, lifelink, or flying. And that's actually pretty important in the deck overall. In support of that, in the mana base, we've got 5 plains, 5 islands, 4 Adarkar Wastes, 4 Floodfarm Verge, 4 Seachrome Coast, and a copy of Mirrex. In our sideboard, we got a couple copies of Destroy Evil to deal with large creatures and or enchantments. Another copy of Sheltered by Ghost. A lot of times I was just bringing this in as a 4th copy once we sideboarded. A couple copies of Loran of the Third Path, again to deal with artifacts or enchantments. 3 copies of Split Up as a way of having a board wipe in the deck where hopefully it's one-sided. We also have 4 copies of Protect the Negotiators as a way to counter some spells in the mid to late game when you've got a pretty full board. And we also have a copy of Unidentified Hovership. Okay, basically you can use this to exile a creature your opponent controls, and then when Unidentified Hovership leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner manifests dread. So you're getting rid of that card for the rest of the game, and they get to manifest dread. So generally a pretty good option there. Also in the sideboard is Raise the Past. Okay, this is a great card in games where you're playing against a lot of removal by your opponent, or your opponent is playing a lot of board wipes that aren't exile in terms of how they remove the cards. And because we do have 24 1 and 2 drops in the deck, so I think that's something that certainly in those kind of games you'd want to have. Alright, so that's our deck, and before we get into some gameplay, remember to like and subscribe to get further content like this throughout Foundation Standard Season and beyond. And we'll be coming up soon with previews from Ether Drift. Alright, so unfortunately we don't have any white mana here, so we're going to go ahead and mulligan, hopefully getting in some white mana. Actually, we end up with a worse draw out. And I think because basically everything's 1 mana, we're just going to get rid of Sanguine Evangelist and go from there. We just need a blue source and we're rolling here, but unfortunately that may or may not happen for us. But I think we'll be okay here, at least at the start. Okay, it looks like they're playing either the Esper, yep, and they're playing the Esper list that has the Tithe Blades in it, so that's not a great thing for us. I'm going to go ahead and put down Regal Bunnicorn. We're going to lose some more life here, unfortunately, but we'll be able to put down 2 creatures next turn at a minimum. And we might, if we get a 3rd land, then we might be able to even use Sheltered by Ghost. But the thing that I want to be able to do here is use Mockingbird to copy Regal Bunnicorn. Okay, and alright, so we're going to definitely need some things in play next turn so we don't lose our Regal Bunnicorn, and we end up with our 3rd land, so that works out really well for us. And now I'm going to pay 2, and I'm going to copy the Regal Bunnicorn, and we'll go ahead and attack now. And the good news is if they when they play Tideblade, we can just get rid of Spyglass Siren, and that's not a problem. And then we can use Shelter by Ghost to do something. Oh, yeah. So they got a great draw here. I mean, so they've already gonna, because now it's 3 of these. So unfortunately, they're getting a ton of luck here. They went first. They got a lot of luck, and we're gonna lose because of that luck, unfortunately. When I played this deck, it never plays out that well, but for our opponent, it definitely has played out that well. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cast this so we can get some life back. And I'm going to take their Tideblade so they can't bounce it again. And we'll gain 6, so we're back in the game a little bit now. And then hopefully we can get a land here and play our Curiosity. And we're not going to block here, because they've got 2 cards, so those could be 3/3s. I'd rather attack with Spyglass Siren next turn. We know we're going to potentially gain 6 life, so we'll go from there. So hopefully we can keep our Regal Bunnicorn in place. They play their Enduring Curiosity. So that's not great for us, because that means they just draw 3 cards. Okay, we do get ours, so we can attack. Blocks, they don't block anything. We will play our own Enduring Curiosity. We go to 16. 17 there, great, so it's even better. And we get a Sheltered by Ghost. Okay, that's great for us. And they're down to 2 at this point, so they're going to have to leave some blockers around for us for them to actually be able to win the game. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and just block there. I'm okay with that if they do something that leads us to losing Enduring Curiosity. Okay, they're going to Kaido in, and that's fine. Okay, and they're going to gain a ton of cards here, and this is the problem. I mean, they just drew all the cards they've got. So if they have a removal for Spyglass Siren, unfortunately we're in really bad shape here. So I shouldn't have blocked in that situation, because I knew that was going to happen. But thankfully they don't appear, at least, to have anything that can get us here. So we survived because we were able to get those Sheltered by Ghost. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in the 3rd one here. And I also want to bring in things that are going to destroy their enchantments, because we know they've got them. I'm going to bring in both the Destroy Evils, because that can potentially kill Kaido as well. Well, it actually can't kill Kaido, so I think I'm going to bring in the Lorans instead, because it can kill their Enduring Curiosities if they're an enchantment. I'm going to go ahead and take out the Sanguine Evangelist here, because I think they're less important to us. Loran's a better card for us. And having that extra Sheltered by Ghost should help. And then we also have Unidentified Hovership if I want it. But I think we should do better in Game 2. I mean, we won Game 1 because of the lifelink. We'll see if we can do the same thing in Game 2. And definitely picking up the Tideblade really helped us. Okay, so same situation. Mulligan again. Okay, we do have 2 this time. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of one of the 2 Steel Seraphs, which is sad because it's going to go to the bottom, but I think it's the right choice for us. And I'm going to play Spyglass Siren first, so if they do have a cut down, it dies, and then we can play Warden of the Inner Sky on the next turn. Or Floodpits Drowner. Oh. Okay, that leads me to believe they probably have a cut down here, but I think we play it out anyways. It's just, you know, expect it to happen. Unfortunately, we have to get rid of it. And if we're fortunate to get another one of our 1-drops, we can play 2 of those on this turn. And they may even have, okay, they don't have another one, so that's good to know. Okay, they do get that, so that's kind of a bad thing for us. So that means Steel Seraph will likely die, but they get rid of it. That's interesting that they're getting rid of that. Alright, I'm going to actually say go. And pre-combat, I'll go ahead and tap down Spyglass Siren. Let that resolve. And we'll go ahead and tap this down. Okay. And in this case, I think I'm gonna, oh, I can't play Steel Seraph, unfortunately. I played the wrong land. So I think I'm doing this. And we'll play this as a copy of Floodpits Drowner. We'll tap that down as well. So we can tap this, this, and this. Get that counter, we get another one. Okay, so that's going to allow us to at least control what the opponent is doing for a turn or 2 here. Okay, they turn that back to their hand. Okay, that works for us. Okay. And I'm going to go, well, yeah, I think we have to play this first prototype. And then we'll, oh, whoops. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. And we'll leave that one up. Okay, we're going to get another one. So that actually does help us quite a bit. And we'll give it lifelink. Okay, get some life here. And they are going to be able to attack next turn, but that's not going to be as big of a problem as it could be since we gained some life there. Expect them to replay the Storm Chaser's talent. Yep, they do that immediately. And we'll see if they have removal, because they did pass on that. Yeah. Okay, they're going to do that. Do that. And that's okay for us. I mean, honestly, that's not terrible for us. Oh, I wasn't paying enough attention. Okay. And again, I'm going to put some stops in here. Okay, we'll tap that one down. Okay, play another Storm Chaser's talent. And we'll see if tapping down one of the otters makes sense. Yeah, so now I need to tap down one of the otters, because it's just going to be better for us if we do that. And I probably should have waited, to be honest, and done this at this point, so that way I could get there. Okay. Wow. Opponent gives up on that one. Interesting that they gave. I didn't think that they were so far behind that they had to give up there, but they knew that we were going to be able to get stuff in the air, and they couldn't kill us on that turn, and they were only at 8 life. So we were going to be able to do a pretty significant amount of damage through flight. Alright, we're going to play first this time. Gives us a little bit of advantage. Unfortunately, this is an unplayable hand, getting 5 lands here, but this has been kind of the day with this deck where we end up drawing into 1 land hands, but I guess we'll keep it and hope that we draw into a second land here. Otherwise, this is going to be... will go badly in so many different ways. But having Regal Bunnicorn there really does help us. Okay, it looks like we're playing the... or potentially at least we're playing the Dimir bounce deck, or we're playing the Esper version of it. Really what it comes down to here is, do we get a second land, or are we just out of luck? Interesting decision by them to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and play Regal Bunnicorn here to go ahead and get the 3/3 on the board. And then what I'm going to look to do is probably on next turn, if we don't get... and they probably have a Kaido here, so that's going to hurt us a little bit. But we'll be able to kill Kaido, so it's no big deal.
I love a dramatic entrance.
Because one way or the other, we'll kill Kaido here. Either with Novice Inspector. Okay, so they put that on it, but that's fine. In fact, what we're going to do is this. And we'll take that. And we'll take that. Okay, we gain some life. And now it's just going to come down to, can we get that 3rd land to get some things going? And then I may have to use the map token from Spyglass Siren to help Novice Inspector here. But we'll see. Okay, alright. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, I'm going to do this. Since we don't have another land. So I'm going to immediately use the map token. Target Novice Inspector. Hopefully they don't have a direct damage spell to kill it here. Okay, good. So we get a... and I probably should not have kept that there, given what I have in hand. I really do need that 3rd land. Okay, so they're going to do this. That stinks for us. But it happened. There's nothing we can do about it. We're both at 19 now. And we'll be able to put another Spyglass Siren down. That looks like they've got another Kaido, which is unfortunate.
I've always got it. The housewarming party has a...
And they're doing really well here.
I just hate a fair fight.
Okay, we'll play the Spyglass Siren. Okay, they have their own Floodpits Drowner here, so yeah, unfortunately for us, they've drawn really well, and they've got this kind of infinite supply of tokens that they're going to be able to do, and I really need at this point to get another land. Okay, and there we go, we get the land, so that helps us next turn. Now we can go ahead and get Steel Seraph down, or Trickster down, or if we're really lucky, we can get Enduring Curiosity down. Okay, so they're going to use 2 mana to do that. They're going to kill one of our things. So they've gotten a really, really powerful draw out. And that's really difficult for us to deal with. So we're probably going to lose this one just because they're going to get such an excessive amount of card draw. And because they're able to flip things back to their hand, that becomes a real problem for us. So I'm going to have to do this. And we'll do a damage to Kaido. But again, the real problem here is we've just been struggling with... We haven't gotten enough lands to actually play the game. And they're multiple cards up on us now. So, yeah, having Enduring Curiosity in play, and we can't get Enduring Curiosity in play because of the problems, really puts them in a position where they can just win the game, and there's not much we can do about it. Yeah. And unfortunately, it's just one of those bad luck situations where they got land and removal and were able to play the game. And if we had been able to play the game properly, I don't think we're getting blown out like we are. But because of Arena's decision making, we're just getting hammered here, and there's not much we can do about it. Because we kind of have to go after Kaido here, but if they... they're going to draw another card here. They just have so much to our no resources, and just gives them another thing to get. So, unfortunately, this is too little, too late to have any impact on the actual game. So, Arena, I look at that one. That's just an Arena lost for us. We'll do better next time. And we're going to bring in some counter magic because we've got to have the ability to stop some stuff here. I'm going to take out the Evangelist. Actually, I'm even going to take out these because I don't think in this particular matchup they're great. I would rather have the extra Sheltered by Ghost and the Protect the Negotiators to counter some stuff so we can get some things into their graveyard. There is an argument to bring in the board wipes, but they're actually not playing any more creatures than we are. So as long as we're able to function, I think we'll be able to stay in the game. All right, yet another one-lander. But we do have a lot of white cards, so I'm going to keep it. And again, this is the downside of this kind of deck that has so little land in it, because the deck has a total of 23 lands. So it shouldn't have a mana problem, but... in the games I've played today, it definitely has a mana problem with it, which is unfortunate. And I expect Novice Inspector to die immediately. I don't think we're going to get through that. Okay, so we get lucky, we get this. I'm actually going to put these two down rather than putting down the... Regal Bunnicorn here, and the reason for that is I just wanted to have... Okay, great, and we get another land, so we're one land closer to our goal of getting to 4, and then we can really play anything in our hand. And next turn we'll either play Floodpits Drowner or Regal Bunnicorn, depending on what they play here. My assumption is they've got some kind of, they're going to kill that, and that's fine. Yep, expected it. Now the big thing is, can we get one of our counters to counter what they want to do here? Okay, and the good news is Regal Bunnicorn's at 5. I'm not going to sacrifice the clue tokens until Regal Bunnicorn goes away. They can kill Regal Bunnicorn, then sure, we'll get rid of them. But otherwise I want to hold them because I want to get Regal Bunnicorn as big as I can possibly get him. Okay, and this forces them to use Cut Down on Novice Inspector, which is pretty good for us. We'll move to combat. Yep, they have their own Floodpits Drowner. So they're going to block that down. I'm going to attack here, see if they block. I don't expect them to. Then we'll play another Regal Bunnicorn. And then if we can get that 4th land, then we can play Enduring Curiosity and really start to hopefully take advantage of the cards that are available to us if we can get to that extra attacker there. Okay, and of course we don't get it, but we're going to go ahead and tap down Preacher here, and we'll attack with both. So they've got the option of blocking here or not blocking, but we're going to at least try to get some serious damage in. Okay, and we get 6 in, so now we are threatening lethal next turn. Even if they block one of them, you know, we potentially are going to get a couple of them through. That's great for us. I'm going to just go ahead and attack with everything here. I assume they've got something that's going to tap one of them down, but I can't guarantee that. Okay, so they're gonna do that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I feel very safe to play Enduring Curiosity here, and that gets them to 6. So their Restless Reef can only chump block here, and we get them down to 2. We get 2 activations. Okay, and that gives us some additional lands, and we'll have Enduring Curiosity. Okay, so they get a Shealdra down. But in this case, even with this, we've got them, because if they attack, you know, we've got one more creature than they do. Alright, so we win game 2. Alright, let's go to game 3. Alright, again in that one, they didn't play a lot of creatures, and that was my thought process going in, that they probably wouldn't have a lot of creatures to play. So I'm going to just keep the deck the same, and hopefully we get a decent draw out. It's the first time we've actually had an opening hand with multiple lands in it, so we're definitely going to keep this. Hopefully we can draw one of our 1-drops. And then the nice thing is we've got Protect the Negotiator, so potentially, if everything goes right, then we can prevent a kill spell from coming down. That's great for us with Novice Inspector. We'll see if they have a cut down to get rid of it. If they don't, then we're going to be able to get Bunnicorn down, and it's a 3/3, so they're going to have something more significant to kill it. And then on turn 3, we can get our Steel Seraph down, and then we're rocking and rolling. Yeah, they clearly have something. Okay, they're going to do that. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, not a big deal for us. I'm much more interested in getting Regal Bunnicorn down. Okay, it's a 3/3 now. And next turn, we can, depending on what we draw, we can either play Steel Seraph, or we can do something else that should put us in a pretty good position. Now, if the opponent attacks here, I'm not going to block, simply because I would rather protect. Yep, and we lose our Bunnicorn here, unfortunately. So that's an unfortunate situation for us, but we will be able to attack with Novice Inspector next turn. And I'm going to play Steel Seraph here, because we knew we were going to lose a life there, so I'm going to give lifelink here. It's going to get a life, and hopefully next turn we can get that land so we can get our Regal Bunnicorn back down, but also play Sheltered by Ghost. Both of us seem to be having mana issues, so that's a good place for us to be. And there is a little argument even for not playing Regal Bunnicorn if we play Sheltered by Ghost, so that we have Protect the Negotiators up to counter something. Okay, so they're going to get some activations here again. Okay, they get Floodpits Drowner. Okay, and that's unfortunate. Okay, we do get a 4th land, so that's great for us. So we can get Regal Bunnicorn in play. And I am going to do this here. And I'm going to take Talent. And I'm going to give that Vigilance. So we'll attack. If they want to trade, great. Okay. Because, you know, it's a 5/4. So we'll be able to block Fear of Isolation, gain 5 life, or one of the other creatures. Okay, it's interesting that they're doing this. So they're probably gonna try to do Kaido here, and they're able to because we can't block it.
Don't be jealous of
Okay,
my
so they are gonna
touch.
have some
Expect to see
blockers,
me here.
and they can block down Steel Seraph. But we'll be able to play our other Regal Bunnicorn, but then also...
You're not going anywhere.
Okay, and then we can play a Mockingbird if we want to, or I think really what I'm going to do is... Yeah, it's already got lifelink, so I'm going to give it flying. We're going to kill Kaido. Gain the 6, get us back there. And I'm going to leave Protect the Negotiators up here, because that means that it's 1 for each creature. Pay 1. So they've got to pay 3 mana to... If they are targeting anything we've got, they've got to pay 3 mana for that spell to go ahead and succeed, and I don't think they've got anything that can do that. So we're in a pretty good situation, and the opponent goes ahead and concedes, seeing that we're likely to go ahead and be able to continue to gain life, and they can't do much about it. Alright, that's another victory for us. Alright, I'm back from my post-game wrap. So overall I went 4-2 with the deck. It played well in my opinion. I think this is certainly a deck that players are going to want to look at as a possible option in Standard. Sheltered by Ghost is just a very, very powerful card from Duskmourn, and I think we're going to see more and more decks turning to that as their ideal removal piece. I think there might be a desire to put, Dive Down or something like that in the sideboard if you're worried about your opponent removing the creature that has the Sheltered by Ghost on it. But other than that, I think the deck played and performed really well. Even in the games I lost, they were very close matches. And Mockingbird was really an all-star in the deck. And that, there were games where I copied Enduring Curiosity multiple times with Mockingbird. So I didn't get the card to come back as an enchantment, but having that extra engine for card draw was really important in many of those games. So, all right, this is a deck I think is in a pretty good spot in Standard. So, thanks for watching to the end of the video. Remember to like and subscribe to get further content like this throughout Foundations, Standard Season, and beyond. Thanks. I'll see you next time.